Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In today's video, I have some announcements to make, and the first one is that now the CashChat AI is ready for use for all schools. Yeah, we have finally launched the CashChat AI. In today's video, I have some announcements to make, and the first one is that now the CashChat AI is ready for use for all schools. Yeah, we have finally I was saying that finally the CashChat AI is ready to be used by all schools. We designed this AI considering the situation of our kids, the imbalance in the way kids have access to quality education. We all know that they are bright students, they are bright kids who would have been like geniuses, but because of the inability to acquire quality educations, many of these people are like their dreams ended up being shattered. So we decided to find a solution that is scalable. You know, it's one thing to raise money to educate one kid, okay? And then it's another thing to create a platform where all kids have equal access. So we decided to build this platform, the CashChat AI, and we built our model, okay? And we named our model Ishande. Yeah, Ishande means juice that is squeezed out of ripe bananas. It's called Ishande. That's in the Western language, Nyankole, and in Luganda, it's called Omubisi. Now, because of the sweetness of that juice that is squeezed out of the bananas, so we related that to Ishande. For sure, if you engage with our AI over time, you will really love it, because we are considering specifically Africa, that many of the kids who are going to study with this AI, they don't know English. They just know their mother tongues. And in order for them to learn better, they needed an application that can speak their local languages. So we have been, training the AI in many African languages, and we are still training. So if you're there and maybe you've studied and you have your mother tongue, kindly write some books in your local language. Okay, write some books in your local language and then engage with the CashChat AI. Let the CashChat AI learn your language from you. Because it's a verbal conversation. Like when you're talking with the CashChat AI, the conversation is verbal. Like you call and you talk. It's like you talking to a private tutor next to you. So the more you engage with our AI, is the more it becomes fluent, is the more it improves and becomes even smarter. So we invite many of you to work together with us, because this is a community product. CashChat is not like many other projects which are owned by maybe some rich guy somewhere. The CashChat AI, we are making it more of a community product each and every day. That's why when you get into our application, you will find a list of people who are supporting us. Yeah, we are not supported by some rich guy somewhere. No, we are combining our little monies from here and there, and we are building this massive innovation. So this is a community product, And you too, you can become part of us. You can join our team. And we need many of you, by the way, to help us take this software to schools. And you're not going to do it for free. Yeah, we are paying you on an international standard. Yeah, like the amount of money that people receive, like a good pay in the US, that's exactly what we are going to pay you in Kenya. That's what we are going to pay you in Rwanda. That's what we are going to pay you in Uganda. Even Uganda is going to be very much more, because the highest commissions that we are paying out, it's to Ugandans. Yeah, they receive around 14.5 US dollars per client. They assist. You're simply providing customer support. What you're doing here is what an account opening manager does. Like, you go into the bank and you say, I want to open a bank account. Now, there is a person who attends to you, and they ask you for the various documents, and then they lead you into filling certain forms. So the person that person does in the bank is exactly what we want you to do to our clients. When you go out to these schools, many of them are illiterate when it comes to IT. Actually, I was amazed when I met a person who had completed their advanced level, and the guy was even doing sciences. The guy could not did not know what a website was. The only thing that the person understood is the Play Store. He knew that if I want to get an application, I just go to the Play Store and I put in the application and download it. But they did not have any knowledge about websites, about domains, and all that. So now you have a lot of work to do. Some of these people even don't know how to create an email. Okay, now we are talking about Africa, you people. Some of you people from these other countries, you may take this for granted, but we are talking about Africa. People don't know even how to open an email. Okay, so you, our agents, you have a lot of work to do to help these people set up our software on their devices. Now, the CashChat software, we have made it compatible on all devices. You can have it on your laptop, you can have it on your tab, you can have it on your iPhone, you can have it on your Android. You can use it on all devices. And we would advise local governments in different areas, educational, whatever, please set up a computer laboratory. At least you can set up one for maybe 3 schools so that they have a computer center where they can go and do at least their homework. Teach your kids whatever you want to teach them. We are not replacing the education system, but we are improving the access to quality education. I was in school and, I did mathematics and physics, and there are some numbers that I got challenges with, and I would take that number to my teacher, and my teacher would ask me for 1 week, to look into it. So I go to the teacher after 1 week and says, give me another week. So you find that the number, sometimes it could take the teacher 3 weeks to find a solution, because some of those numbers are complicated. Now, we have improved that. Whatever number you have, if you can't understand, whatever question you have, the AI is not just going to give you copy and paste. We have designed the AI as a teacher. Like, when you interact with our AI, you learn. You don't just you don't memorize, you learn. And it is so easy in that even that conversation, after you've had that session, you can store the audio file. and use it for revision. Not only that, even the notes as the AI is teaching you, maybe it is a chemistry problem that you need a solution for. So as the AI is working out a solution, okay, as the AI is explaining, the notes are being written down and you're watching, okay, like it's like a board you are watching. So it means that for you schools, if let's say you have a computer lab, all you need to have a computer, one lab, just one computer can be enough. You get one computer and you get a projector, okay? So organize the kids, let them have a captain, okay? And let the captain ask questions on behalf of other students. Okay, so it can be done like that. You don't have to get a computer for every kid. Okay, but during their free time, now we are talking about kids engaging with the AI without interruption of the teacher. Okay, so they ask their questions, and if they don't understand, they ask another question, because normally a teacher teaches you to the level that they know. Okay, it's very rare for a teacher to teach you to be brighter. So they give you what they know. Sometimes we used to call it poison, like when the teacher gives you information which is false, and then you go, you apply it, and you fail an exam. Okay, so we used to call it poison. So if the teacher doesn't know, it means they will teach you what they don't know, except you are extremely smart that you do your own research. And in many rural areas, kids only end in class. They have no access to laboratories, to libraries that maybe they could go and do their own research. So they only present what they have been taught. That's why many of them don't make it even past primary education. They don't go even to UCE. By primary education, they are out. They get all the Fs and they are out. So this AI is really crucial, guys. Please help us to distribute it. We have allocated all our revenue from subscriptions to paying your services. Yes, as I said, we are going to pay you well. So if you can help us get one student connected on our platform, whether the students is in primary, actually students from ages 17 and above, okay? 17 and above, let them connect individually. Now, these kids from primary and all that, let the schools open those accounts and let the kids just go there to study in groups. But for students ages 17 and above, it means students from senior 3 upward, up to PhD level. Those ones, if you reach every student and you help them connect to our software, they get their account, they verify their account, we are going to pay you 50,000 Ugandan shillings if that student is located in Uganda. But if the student you found is located in Kenya, it doesn't matter which part of Kenya, anywhere in Kenya, we are going to pay you 1,000 Kenyan shillings. And we have been doing this for the past 8 years. Even before the AI was out, we already got these people on board. Like we started spreading the digitalization message. We started this digitalization movement 8 years ago. Yeah, so we knew that digitalization was going to be the future, and it was the most effective way to organize the African society. Like if you can connect Africans for a positive cause, that was the best approach towards organizing the African society, because we are really disorganized, as you can see. We are totally disorganized in many things. Just look at the way we use the internet. we do not even know how important the internet is. When we go to the internet, we just use it to entertain others. You rarely find information that is aimed at doing business, contributing to the world economy. You don't find it there. When people attempt to make money on the internet, they come with the wrong mindset. They plan to steal. Like when they talk about people making money online, the only thing they understand is people steal money online. When somebody talks about, you can make money online, so they think, how do I steal? So they don't know. We are disorganized completely. That's why scams are going viral everywhere in Africa, because our mindset is so, what can I say, inadequate. It is inadequate. It is uncompetitive. We have access to numbers because first we know how to attract numbers. We know how to attract attention, but we don't know how to monetize the attention we attract. Number one. Number two, we settle for less. As long as TikTok is willing to give me some little dollars, as long as Facebook is willing to give me some little dollars, I just have to look for views and engagements, and I get paid. We settle for less. The other part is we have the mindset of a beggar. Okay? You are not ready to contribute. All you think is give me. How do I get people to feel sorry for me so that they can give me? Right now, we are raising money to pay for the servers, the OpenAI servers, okay? But we are not doing it with the mindset of a beggar. We are simply trying out to see if there are people that can come and help us as we get ready to fund this, because we are going to fund this as a company. We are going to make sure that kids in rural schools, they have access, full access to the AI free of charge. You know, it's going to cost the company a lot of money, but that we want to do it. And we are not expecting somebody from outside to come and do that for us. We are not expecting to get maybe donations from the government to do that. That we are going to do as a company because we believe we can do it. The money that we are going to make from in all the services that we are offering as a company, we can allocate adequate funds to ensure that all kids have access to quality education. Now, the problem of Africans that we have, we as Africans, that we are always seeing ourselves as being inferior. Okay? You know, we are suffering here. There's nothing good here. Give us, give us, give us. And yet you have everything. We definitely have everything. Look at the events that happen. These events that you host, those music galas, the concerts and the whatever, you don't get any foreign aid to set up those events. You fund them yourselves. You get out your money. You go to the events. They have many people watching and all of them have paid. Do you know why? Because you like it. So it means we have extreme potential to fund our projects. And that's why we are doing it. The CashChat is funded by some of our members. And that's enough. Okay? So what we have to do is to empower our members, okay, by giving them access to more opportunities inside our application so that they can become even much able, okay, to support the project in the future. So we have introduced a CashChat wallet, and right now we are in Senegal, we are in Nigeria, we are in Ghana, and Zimbabwe. Yeah, it was South Africa, but we have replaced it with Zimbabwe right now. So Kenya and Uganda, of course, inclusive, and Rwanda. So if you are one of our verified members, you can also apply to become a wallet agent. Now, these are opportunities that may even help many of you to start companies in the tech space. Yeah, like the advertising sector. The advertising sector, the company is going to rely on you, advertising agents. So go in your country and set up a digital advertising companies. Start reaching out to companies and let them give you the adverts, and then each advert that you upload, you will get 20% of the ad sales. So that is another move to empower our members. So many of you are going to become CEOs of big companies. Yeah, because this sector that we are entering already is booming. The digital advertising space is booming. Last year alone, the global ads revenue hit $1.19 trillion. They had anticipated 1.1, and it bypassed it by $900 billion. Okay, so that's how it was. Is it 90? Yeah, 90, I think. Yeah, it bypassed it by $90 billion. And us, we are not simply coming to fight for the existing market, but we are creating our own. We are building a community of up to 5 million users. Yeah. And we are getting them, first of all, in Africa. These people were outside the digital space. We are bringing them on board. We are going to empower them, and we are creating our own market. We are not fighting for the existing market. We are creating our own. And because of how we have shared, how we have set up the revenue sharing, yeah, many people are going to be aware of. You know what's happening today now, there's a lot of exploitation. Yeah, you find content creators, they put in a lot, people make videos, they pay for those equipments to record the videos. And then when they post these videos on platforms like TikTok, they say you are not eligible for monetization, but your video can make money for TikTok. And they do make money for TikTok. There's a kid that I was talking about, Emma the dancer. Finally, TikTok banned his account. He was the most followed Ugandan. He had 14.74 million followers. And I talked about it. I complained, I said, this boy is making content. He's getting millions of views, but TikTok is not paying the boy. So what they did, they simply banned his account. So that's how bad these people are mistreating African content creators. So guys, we had to create our own platform. Yeah, right now I'm seeing there are many rules, many of these what they call them, these payment service providers. Yeah, they are adding content creation among restricted businesses. Yeah, they are doing that. And that's why we had to create our own wallet. Like, there's a reason why we did whatever we are doing. Yeah, because right now, platforms like Stripe and whatever, they have put video sharing platform under restricted businesses. So if you are running that business, they cannot integrate with you because it is restricted. So we had to build our own version of PayPal. Some of you may ask, why did you then build the CashChat wallet? It was essential. We had to get it. Otherwise, we have been suffering, and we are still suffering. They say PayPal is not permitted, to receive payment in Uganda. It's not permitted to receive payment in Ghana, Nigeria. So, and yet there are so many content creators in these countries. So we had to build a PayPal version for all Africa. Okay? Because many of these programs, they affect the African content creator. Like, I create content. I make live streams on TikTok. Even my phone is off, but I would have been on TikTok right now. But when I'm talking to people, teaching them how to get monetized on TikTok, on TikTok, normally my lives are flagged. They say your live violates TikTok community guidelines. Okay, and many of my accounts have been banned because of that. So guys, we had to have our own platform. It was really essential, guys. We needed to have our own platform. So it was not like exaggerating. It was not an exaggeration. It was a must. We needed to have it. And as you see, even like here, this channel, there are many strange things that I've encountered. Yeah. First of all, this channel you see here, when you drop a like on my video, it doesn't appear. All my videos, they don't have likes. That is weird too, isn't it? Yeah. The other part, you come on the live, people come and watch, and then when people become many, they tell you your live cannot accept more people, more viewers. And many, I mean like 750 viewers. Yeah. I had it on the last live. I don't know now who is behind that, but that's what I'm experiencing now, like now on many of these platforms. And now I wonder, why is it that when we are talking about politics, you see people talking about politics and they have 4,000, 10,000, whatever. Why me? The content I'm giving is educational. It is motivating. It leads to positive results. Now, who is behind frustrating my live stream? Now, that's the question I leave to you to investigate. Yeah, because there are many things that don't add up. So people, we are on these platforms, but every step we are making, there's somebody who is redirecting. Okay? They decide which content has to go viral. And they decide which content has to be flagged. So you find that every time you open your app, you wake up, you open your app, and the only thing you see is comedy. So if every time you wake up and you see comedy, it means you're going to be addicted. So you are watching what you're watching, even if you're not benefiting anything from it. Not because it's what you want, but it's because somebody has continuously pushed it into your face until you get to like it. That's what happens. Because if they were to leave all of us to have an even platform, let them share their comedy, let them do their relationship live streams, let them do their travel live streams, let them do their political live stream. Let me present my educational live stream. Why do you have to limit me, who is providing educational content, and you promote people who are presenting comedy and chaos? This time, like, there is violence everywhere around these election stuffs. For the first time, Tanzania was burning down. Okay? Tanzania was burning down. Why? Because they saw what was happening in Kenya. When the Kenyans were burning down their own countries, these platforms made sure that those videos saturate everywhere in Tanzania. And so when they had election too, they knew now this is how they do it. So guys, We need to have our own platforms. There's no question about it. Okay, you might be wasted, but I don't think you like your kids to be wasted like you are. Our kids need to get content which is constructive, which is beneficial. We cannot expose them to this mental attack. This is mental attack. There are people who are in places where they're not supposed to be. And the reason why they are there is because they got access to the wrong information. They watched what was not beneficial to them. Whatever would have been beneficial to them, it was blocked from their access. Yes, it was banned. I have lost 44 TikTok accounts have been banned. Okay. Why? Because of this content I'm giving you today. So we have our own platform, ladies and gentlemen, and come and help us wherever you can. Even if by you coming to do business on our platform, you are enabling us to reach our target. But before maybe we get many of you on board to do business, we need to pay for the OpenAI servers. Yeah, we applied for these grants that they normally give like African content creators. Yeah, we got one from Microsoft. Yeah, in 2023. Yeah, Microsoft 2022, 2023. Yeah, Microsoft gave us $25,000. Okay, so on Azure we had that credit, and we used it in testing, building our first version of the AI. But right now, our AI uses a lot of resources from the OpenAI servers. So the bills are becoming to be high. And as many students start engaging with our app, they are going to become even much, much bigger. So before our business starts making good money, yeah, if you're there and maybe you can support us, you're welcome to support us. Yeah, there was someone from Australia. Yeah, there's somebody who bought AI credits of $15,000 and got blocked. Yeah, we are not involved in blocking you. Yeah, it was our payment service providers that blocked you. It was not us. Yeah, we could never do that. Yeah, we saw that you were supporting us by buying credits of $15,000, but your transaction was declined and you were blocked. It's not us who blocked you. It is our payment service providers. They blocked you and they cut off even other people who were buying the AI credits. Yeah, so we are having those challenges. That's why we need many of you set up companies in your country, be our partners. These people don't have to buy credits directly from us. We want them to buy them from you. Okay? Be our partner in Sydney, be our partner in California, be our partner in Pretoria, be our partner in Abuja, be our partner in Ontario, be our partner in Berlin. Just become our partner. We now have two in the UK. We have Body Cashers UK Limited and CashChat Ltd. We have some people who are interested in Singapore. Yeah, and they started the process. We have others in Namibia. They started the process. We have some in Eritrea. They're in the process. We need you to come on board. Come work with us. Come work with us. You know, these things happen. This is a big tech company that is rising up. So it is normal for other big tech to come up and try to silence it. Okay, so that's normal. We cannot say it's weird. That is something that they have to do, especially if they are scared that another giant is rising. Yeah, but this giant definitely will have to stand. And the reason why it will have to stand is because we can afford to be self-reliant. Yes, we have the capability. The only problem we had is our attention was diverted into waste. See how we spend our resources. People spend, instead of investing in companies and startups, people invest in weddings, parties, music events, galas, and all that. So we have the money, but our spending habits only tend to poverty. So when we rectify that, I think Africa will be well off. But we have a problem of these foreign whatevers that are bringing in scams. You see those scams that are spreading. I've had one called Heart 8 and the others. The reason it's not to just steal your money. It is to make you afraid of investing. It's not just to take your money, it's more than that. Okay? Don't think they are after your money. No, it's not your money they are after. Yeah. What they are doing, this is something with a long plan. They are not just after your money. So when they come and they say, invest this money and you're going to get that, okay? So you invest your money and it doesn't happen. What happens next? When they tell you that invest in the Uganda Security Exchange, your mindset will be already distorted. Okay? You will not do it. So they are killing that. When they tell you, you need to buy some shares. Shares are so important. You will say, no, I've heard about Super Life. They told us to buy shares and our money disappeared. So that's what they are planting in you. So guys, be above it all. Okay? Lose the money, but don't lose the vision. Lose the money and keep the vision burning. What they are imitating right now, those scammers, what they are using to scam you, that's where the path is for Africa's development. Okay? It is in working together. Yeah, this idea of everyone doing their own thing has kept us ineffective. Okay? When you look at many of the things that are big, there are many people behind them. Look at Google. Do you know how many people contributed their money to make Google what it is? So many. Look at NVIDIA. Do you know how many people contributed money to make NVIDIA what it is? Look at Tesla. Look at Facebook. Look at companies like Microsoft. Look at Apple. In the beginning, when Apple was launched, I think when it went public in the 80s, each share was at around $22. And at that time, when the share of Apple was at $22, the Nigerian naira was higher than the dollar. So it means that each Apple share, if somebody wanted to buy it from Nigeria, they would pay like 20 nairas. Now, let me show you. Let me show you that we are poor because we failed to use the opportunities that were before us. Okay? What does that mean? It meant that if a millionaire at that time in Nigeria had bought shares in Apple, let's talk about Abiola, because he was rich. Remember that rich guy called Abiola, Chief Abiola? He was a billionaire. So if Chief Abiola had bought shares in Apple when it went public of 1 billion naira, because he could. He could. If Chief Abiola, when Apple went public, had bought shares of 1 billion naira, let me look at the price of that Apple share today. Okay? And then I'm going to tell you how rich that 1 billion naira would have been. Okay? So let me first ask Google, what is the current, okay, price of Apple shares. Apple shares, okay, right now. Back then, each share was $22. Because the Naira was more valuable than the dollar back then it means each Apple share was around 20 Naira, okay? Now, right now, the price of each Apple share is $305, okay? So, we get 300, right? We get 305 and we divide it by 22, okay? It means that the share has increased 13 times. This is not percent. This is 13 times. When we go into percentage, it would be 1,386% if we are to go into percentage. That's what it means. Okay? Yeah, so if we multiply this by 1 billion, yeah, Naira, I'm talking about Naira, not dollars. That investment alone minus the dividends, just the value, saying that, okay, I got my 1 billion Naira and I bought Apple shares. Okay, so my 1 billion Naira is there in shares, but I've been getting dividends. But my shares are still there. So the value of the shares, those shares of 1 billion Naira would be $13.86 billion, not Nairas. Let's put it back in dollars, okay? So let me convert the dollar to the Naira. Convert USD to Nairas, okay? I'm converting USD to Nairas, okay? So, 13, what am I converting now? I'm converting USD to Naira. And so I say, so $1 is 1,359 Nairas. Right now, $1 is 1,359 Nairas. Okay, so we multiply these 13, what's this? We multiply this. Do we multiply or we do what? We multiply. Yeah, we multiply it to convert it into Nairas. So we multiply it by 13. It is 13 what? 1359. Okay, 1359. Okay, so it means that 1, 2, 3. Yeah, what? This is too much. It would have been 18.84 trillion Naira. 18.84 trillion Naira. Is that it? No, this is 1 million. This is 1 billion. No, it's more than that, you guys. Yeah, it's 18.84. Okay, this is 1 trillion. It would have been, wait a minute. Guys, it would have been a lot of money. It's 18. After 1 trillion, what happens? From 1 trillion, where do you go? Okay, now, where you go after 1 trillion. Is it quadron? Yeah, it would have been 18 quadron, 840 trillion, 681. No, it would have been 18 trillion, 840 billion 681 million, not quadron. Yeah, that's it. That's what it could have been. Okay, 18 trillion 840 billion naira. Just the investment of 1 billion. Now, what happened to the person that kept their 1 billion naira? Let me show you what happened to the person that kept that money somewhere safe in a bank. Okay, so the person that kept 1 billion naira in the 80s until today, that 1 billion became 735,835 naira. No, is it naira or dollars? Wait. No, dollars. A person who kept that money, okay, maybe in a Swiss bank, the guy had his naira and kept it in the Swiss bank. Today, that money would have been 735,835 US dollars. The one that invested it in Apple shares today would have over 13 billion US dollars. That is the person that invested the 1 billion naira into Apple shares. That guy would have over 13 billion dollars. But the guy who kept it maybe somewhere for all this period of time, now that money today, it would be less than even $1 million. Okay, so the science of making money is in shares. So when you see many of these scams coming up, they do not just come to take your money. They come to block your intelligence, I think. Your sight. They come to blind you towards what is making the people who run this world rich. It is something called the share. There are many opportunities that have risen up in Africa, but the beneficiaries are not Africans. Let's talk about M-Pesa, which came up in 2007. If you go and look at the structure of the M-Pesa, who invested in M-Pesa? They are companies from Europe and other countries, not Africans. Okay? We have Safe Border in Uganda. The people that invested in Safe Border, we are not the rich guys in Uganda. It was some people from outside countries. So we are still too blind. We are extremely blind to the opportunities that make the rich very rich. Yeah, so that's what our problem is. So when you see these scams, and that's what they are trying to attack. You know what happened with Bitcoin? Yeah, Bitcoin, by July 14th, $6 would buy you 100 Bitcoins in 2010. By July 14th, 2011. Is it 2010? No, 2010. I think 2010. No, 2011. 2010. By July 11th, 2010, if you had $6, you would buy 100 Bitcoins. Now, some of you know what Bitcoin is. Others, you don't even want to know. Why? Because at one time, something came called OneCoin. And that OneCoin, they gave you a concept which looks exactly like Bitcoins. And then they scammed you. So ever since, you don't want to hear anything to deal with coin. Okay? So you ignored like over It could have been something like 13 years or 12 years. So you closed up for 12 years or maybe 9 years or whatever. You closed up. And now, because you're hearing the boom that Bitcoin went and reached 120,000, and the price of one Bitcoin was more than the price of a kilo of gold. So when you heard that, now you went back to Bitcoin. Okay? After missing the rise. So you go back when it is at the top. And as we are talking right now, you are in tears. Why? Because it dropped and you had to get out with a loss. So why all this? Now, these scams come to create such occurrences. So whenever you're scammed, don't lose the vision. Okay? Yeah, have the right attitude. Me, this is what I get whenever I'm scammed, because I have been scammed several times. I know that the reason why that person was able to scam me, maybe the guy had a brilliant idea. That's why even I lost my money. So I look at that idea. And then I say, now, what in this idea was not done right? Okay. And then I start diverting. And then I get the idea, and then I start building it in a more legit way. That's number one. Number two, I say, okay, this person must have taken this idea from somewhere. Where did they take it? Those days when I was looking for apps that pay money, okay, I got so many fake apps. Get the apps I try to do, it doesn't work. But I say, no, there must be some apps which pay money. I started seeking. And then that's when I landed on apps like Grab Points. That's when I landed on apps like Zoombucks. That's when I landed on apps like, which one? There's some. So for me to find a legit one, I went through a series of many fake apps. So nowadays I don't go into those apps because I consider the time that I put in. But back then, all I wanted was to make some money online. Then I learned another app called Just Play. Okay. So guys, whenever you're scammed, get the right attitude. Number one, never accept money that you don't know where it's coming from. If somebody comes to you and they say, if you give us this money, this is how much you're going to get, ask, where is that money that I'm receiving going to come from? And if it is shady, if the money that is where the money is coming from, you cannot freely, talk about it to anyone, it means you are in trouble. So don't invest your money there. Okay? Make sure that where the money is coming from, you are providing some service to that person, and that person is going to be satisfied with the services you're providing them, and they are going to pay you, like what CashChat is right now. If you come to CashChat, yes, the money that we are paying you is a lot. And some people see it as a scam because the money is a lot. The reason why we are paying you 50,000 Ugandan shillings for just getting a person subscribed on our platform, it is because we need these people on the platform first. We need them because the server costs, the people who are advertising, they must reach out to people. The platform needs people so that the adverts can be served, and the people can maybe, they can get the impressions first. So because we need these people first, we decided that right now, let's allocate all our resources into acquiring users. Okay? So it means if you can get us 1,000 people, maybe you're a social media influencer, you have a platform where people gather and then you talk to people. If you can get 1,000 subscribers on your platform, yes, you are going to get the 50 million Ugandan shillings. It's a lot, but it's for the service that you're providing. You need to put in some effort in giving these people clear instructions how they have to register. And then give them clear instructions how they make their accounts active. And when they do all that, you've done your job. So you are not being paid because some rich guy just want to slash out money. No, you're being paid because there is a service that you're providing. People, come and do this task. Come and take this application to marketplaces. Take it to those people who are seeking for job. Take it to institutions. Take it everywhere. Take it online. Take it to other countries. Take it everywhere. And you will get paid. Even if you refer people outside Uganda and Kenya, at least there's a commission of $10. Maybe you have an Indian community that you're a member of. Just drop this into that community. If you get maybe 20,000 subscribers, that will be 200,000 US dollars. And that is a lot of money. And in the tech space, it is normal. In the production world, it is hard. You see why in the tech space we already have trillionaires in dollars? Because things are different here. They are not as where you are. So don't try to combine these two worlds. They are totally different. You're limited by quantity. In the production world where you are, you go, you do this, you manufacture cement, and people sell cement. It means if somebody comes and said, I want 1 million bags of cement right now, you will tell them, give us time to manufacture the cement. So the production world has limitation. Now, here in the digital space, right now as I'm speaking to you, if Google takes out all the limitations they have put on my account, and I get 1 million people to watch this video, and from those 1 million people, if half a million decide we want to subscribe today, they will all subscribe because the tech space is scalable. You understand the difference? Yeah. So that's why here we have people over 1 trillion because there is scalability here. Okay. So the reason why these people have to limit us, they have to impose fake strikes. I have a strike on my account. I showed it to you one time. I think it is even posted in my community. They said that they related my site to a terrorist group. That's the strike on this account. I'm talking on this YouTube account. Yeah, there is a strike, and they say this is a terrorist organization. Is it a terrorist organization? Something like that. It is in my community. If you go to my community and search, I posted that strike. So I called the YouTube guys. I said, now you guys, I do business. Social media, teach people how to make money online. I don't do political stuffs. Why do you put this here? And they said, unfortunately, we cannot remove it. Yeah, I talked and I had to get, okay, I talked to them, we engaged, and I said, let me call my manager. And then the manager from YouTube came and said, yeah, we see it, but unfortunately, we cannot remove it. So whatever the reason is behind those strikes that they put on the account, I'm not sure what they intend to, why they do that. Okay, but I'm just showing you the capability of social media. Don't use it for entertainment. Don't use it for what you're using it for. Don't use it to get little money from ads. No. This is a platform where you can create your own cyber store. Yeah, a cyber store can be like a physical store. Okay, all you need is to get a website. Like now here, I'm putting a website on my screen. Okay, you see this website, artofund.com. Now, that website, I went and bought that domain. Okay, so I bought that domain and I'm going to have it for a full year. I paid about $24. And this domain for the next 12 months is going to be connected to my affiliate link. It means each and every person who's going to click on this domain name, whether I have recommended them to go to it or they found it on their own when they were searching the internet, each and every person that is going to go to this domain, they are going to land on a sign-up page. And on that page, if they fill that page and they subscribe to that platform, I will be making $10 if those people come outside Uganda and Kenya. If that person comes from Kenya, I will be earning 1,000 Kenyan shillings. But if that person who lands on this page is a Ugandan, I'll be making $50,000. So this is like a shop. What you see here, you call it a domain. This is an address. So it's like my shop on the World Wide Web. It means any person that goes into my shop, there's one product I'm selling, and it is a subscription. And the price of that subscription is $20. So each and every person that buys that product I'm selling, I'll be making either $10 or 50,000 Ugandan shillings. So this is real business, like your store where you have a store and maybe you're selling cars. You have a store, maybe you're selling clothes. You have a boutique. You have a supermarket. People come and buy and do what? So the same way you have that store, even here, people come from different countries. Okay, sometimes I get like 450 people visiting the website. Okay, that is like 450 people entering your shop. So one time I got 2,300 people visiting my shop. There's one which I had which was taken. It was Job City. Now, Job City, it reached a time whereby each and every hour there were over 40,000 people online. You know what it means? It means your shop is busy. So people, utilize social media space wisely. Don't be stuck in the 20th century. Utilize your social media space wisely. There's a link in the comment section if you want to join the CashChat affiliate program, because it's one that I recommend highly. I've been doing this for the last 8 years. You know, I tell people this and they laugh, but I started in 2018, May 23rd, 2018. It's now over 8 years. But you tell people and they laugh, they think you're... I say, let me show, can I show you? They don't even want to see. Where is this world heading, you people? People are unbelieving, even the believers. They are so full of doubt, and I know where that is coming from. You have received many fake stuffs that you don't believe that there's anything legit. So I understand why you have that mindset. So guard your mind wisely. Always be positive and try out every opportunity that is promising to give you the results that you want. So guys, I'll have to end my live stream right now. Today, today, I think my live has been restricted. Yeah, today it's weird. Last time we had so many people on the live. It's weird to see that today I only see 4 people. And last time we were so many. We were over 800 people. So whatever happened, I'm not sure. They call it shadow banning. Yeah, sometimes they put like your life is put in a shadow. It's blocked. Yeah, because I saw that there was somebody who was doing some malicious work last time. I tried to join my live using a phone and I couldn't get in. So now I understood why people normally they cannot like get onto a live stream. Like it's technical. Okay, I tried to join using my own phone and I couldn't. They told me you cannot join this live. Even the comment section was turned off. Yeah, now I'm giving you my experience. So yeah, such stuff happened, but we are building our platform. It's now on the Play Store. Our developer account was deleted, but we have set up a new one. And even if they delete our app this time we will not go off air. Okay, we will remain, because right now you can access our application from our own cloud. Yeah, we have our own cloud where you can access the app. Yeah, even if they take it off from the Play Store, don't worry, you can access it, because this has been done over and over, and we are prepared. Yeah, we are prepared to get our way through, because we really need a social media platform as Africa, and we need it owned by Africans. So guys, if you're a member in the CashChat community, yeah, we still have that members only share acquisition platform, okay, where we drop a portion of the company so that many of you can also have a piece. That is internal. It is our own. It is not anything listed on the place, whatever. But if you acquire like up to 1%, if you get 1%, they will add you on the list of beneficial owners, because there can only be 100 beneficial owners. So any person who has 1%, whether you have 2%, 1%, and above, for you, they will add you on the list of beneficial owners. So if you're below that, don't worry, everything is authentic. We have worked in integrity for over 8 years. So there will be nothing fishy. Your share will operate as other shares operate, but this is in our ecosystem. This is like the cryptography, but we have our own, okay? It is our own decentralized zone. Yeah, we would have wanted to go and maybe connect with other people, but when you go in many of these places, like, it's not helping you. It's like they are forcing you into expenses that may force you to even like steal your members' money. Because you go, somebody give us a license. So the license they are asking you to pay, you must get a lot of money to pay that license. And that money, it means if you can't pay that license, you have to take money that belongs to the members to stay in business. So whatever is happening is really not good. The world is out of order, the way things are happening. You know, we are regulated, and we like to be regulated. It's really important. But the regulators sometimes, they cause many people, to turn on their members. So our platform is operating as an NFT zone. Yeah, so don't worry, everything is fine. Of course, you have the right to sue us if anything goes wrong. At least you have that right. So don't worry about your security. Yeah, but there are some licenses that we are not going to connect with because of the expenses. We want to operate at very low cost in our ecosystem. So there are some integrations that we are not going to do. But at least rest assured that everything will work according to integrity. The CashChat AI, this CashChat ecosystem is built with the concept of the original setup of the African community. The African community existed on trust. Before these document stuffs came up, our ancestors, there's a way they passed on their inheritance from one generation to another without the documents. And people kept their lands for many years. But when people introduced these documents and all that, now that's when people started losing their land, because that's when forgery came in. Okay, so we are setting up a platform which is like a marketplace. You know what happens in the market? The people are the security. If you go in the market and this one is selling their stuff, like people in Somalia, they have a lot of money on the street and there's no one guarding it. Those of you that have been to Somalia, people, even in Kampala, you see those kids that have a lot of money selling, they're selling change. They have piled a lot of money and there's no one guarding it. Okay? The person can even be there talking, but nobody will touch their money. Okay? So that's the original concept of the African society. So this issue of proof, show this document and all that, they have given birth to deception, forgery. People go and forge the document and say, okay, it's a document that grants you ownership, not the truth. So somebody comes with the document and they forfeit the truth and they start trying to seize what does not belong to them. So we are trying to restore that in the digital space. So come to our community. We run on trust and integrity. If you're a scammer, my friend, don't come. Just stay there, because the privacy for scammers is not there. You will be exposed because there is no room for you to hide. So if you're a scammer or if you're doing bad business, don't do it in our ecosystem. Whatever you're doing here, you must not be worried for it to be exposed. Yeah, because it is a marketplace. The ecosystem is a marketplace. When you buy the shares, yes, everybody will see. So there are witnesses that, yeah, this guy bought, that guy bought, this one sold, that one bought. Hey, me, I don't want to expose. I want it secret. Go away. Go away. Okay? Go and do it in secret. Here, transparent. And that's what we are using as our means of security. So guys, it was a nice time talking to you, even if you have been blocked from my live stream, but maybe you'll see the live